Hello there and welcome to the French Grand Prix. Just finished qualifying. As you can see, Piastri in first, Duhan in second. And it's quite a commanding performance. Piastri almost a second on third on Piastri. Sorry, Sainz. And Duhan half a second on Sainz. The difference between Piastri's car is that he has a new underfloor. We haven't gotten that for Duhan yet. So that explains the difference a little bit. But again, it's quite a commanding performance when we... this much off. So the rest of the season is going to be focused on research, and we'll see how next season's car look as a result of said research. Now with that in mind, we'll be setting up our strategy for this race, and I think we might just pull a two-stopper again, because we have we have the potential to pull that off with no big problems really. So we'll set up a strategy for that. Finish on the softs, and I think we should be able to make this work. It'll be a little bit touch and go. We might have to be a little careful with the tires towards the end, but run aggressive instead of attack on the final stint. But this should be doable. It's not the 30 seconds we're used to in game time, so we'll have to see if this might be a horrible idea. Medium, soft. We could try and compare it by having Duhan run, say, hard to medium. And maybe put it to aggressive, for instance, on both. Attack on the final stint. It'll be, again, in bordering, you know, problematic. So, let's use the mediums first. But we'll give this a go, and we'll see how Duhan does compared to Piastri. He'll at least keep up with Piastri in that first stint. So, yeah, this should be good. Decent car setups here, and well, engine, ERS, gearbox doing well, but we'll probably have to take an engine penalty at the very least for Piastri due to his earlier crash.
And here we go with the French Grand Prix.
I once again forget to set up the drivers.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Let's close this gap.
Seems like we had a good start for both of our drivers though, which is good to see.
Look at reducing the lift and core.
Yep.
See if they sail off into the distance.
Yeah. Deploy.
Seems like we had a good start here. Just need Duhan to pull away from Sainz. I don't know why I'm keeping calling Sainz Piastri. And then we'll be good. So again, we'll be going aggressive on this first stint, and we'll have to see. Tires are very hot, which could be a problem, but I think we'll be fine for now. With that in mind, let's just speed things along. We have our strategy. It's worked well for us so far. But it could again look like on this this track that our strategy might not be as effective. Now, we're going to allow Duhan here to catch up to Piastri. We already have a very decent, sizable lead, 5 seconds on the first lap, basically. So, we are going to allow our two drivers here to just DRS train each other. Let's have them harvest, and then we'll save some fuel. Seems like Sainz fell down a place. Tsunoda with a spin. It wasn't actually Sainz doing something then, which is good for him. Now, the reason why I also want my two drivers to do this is because then they can work off each other. And we'll save some fuel in the long run. Need to have Piastri here slow down a little bit so Duhan can catch up. Let's just deploy ERS. It should be fine. There we are. Then we'll go neutral, we'll put them both to the same stats again, and we'll see if hopefully he can keep up. But I wouldn't think the underfloor was this potent. So we'll have to see here. So far though, we're doing well. Time away is going as expected. So all is good. We're on lap 11 and we almost have a pit stop down to third, so... Yeah, I'd say we're doing really, really well, all things considered.
I think
We
someone's
might
gone
just
wide.
change here and do same strategy for Piastri as we're doing for Duhan. It might be the better play. Then if we feel like it, pit one of them at the end for fastest lap, guaranteed. There's two reasons why I want them to drive together. Of course, an accident can happen, but we have such a dominating lead in both championships that I don't feel like it's a problem. Even if they crash each other out and we get 0 points here. Secondly, by having them constantly overtake each other, they are both gaining experience and will, you know, level up their skills, which is good. So with that in mind, I think we are going to be switching strategies here to hitting Duhan on probably this lap. Well, after he passes the pits here. There we go. So we are going to be pitting Duhan this lap, and we're going to be pitting him for the hards. And we'll do the same with Piastri, and we'll just run them standard maybe, because they have such a huge gap to the rest of the pack. So let's do this. Let's set up Piastri's pit window too. He'll be pitting for the hards. We'll be changing his strategy. And we'll delay his pit stop by one lap. That should mean, hopefully, that they won't pit on the same one.
And box this lap.
So let's see how this works out for us. Excuse me. So again, the pit stop came out decently ahead of the rest of the field. And they're almost together. Hopefully they can link up. But we'll be going aggressive, and then we'll go probably standard towards the end. We'll have to see. But as long as they are together, I'm happy with how this race is progressing.
It's a stonking lap.
30 laps to go. Now, the rest of the field, for the most part, actually started on the hards, as you can see. Some people started on the mediums, I assume. This could also be quite interesting, but again, we have such a huge advantage right now. We'll go down to standard and just make sure that our tires can last to the end. Now we're coming up to a small problem, and that is we are getting very close now to the back markers. And
We are happy with fuel.
the problem that we have with, you know, coming up to the back markers is very simple and straightforward. It's the fact that our two drivers, they could get separated trying to get through. And of course we do not want that. We want them to, you know, challenge each other for that extra gain. It seems like both of them got past... Nope, they did not get past Weddle. I got pulled there by the nameplate of Tsunoda. First pass went well. Second pass went well. But we're currently doing okay. But then again, we almost have a minute now down to third place, so... If we research, we'll probably end up with quite a dominant car for Season 3. So we might do, again, Aston Martin maybe, or some other team, and just do a realistic game playthrough where we limit how we can develop. Now, currently, Piastri is actually falling a little bit behind. We'll go back to balanced. And I basically just need to manage their fuel now towards the end, and we'll have a good result here. We are good. Lapped up to 12th place. Now the big question here is, do I want to pit and try for fastest lap, or do I just push these hards for fastest lap? I think we'll just push the hards on, you know, the final lap.
Seems to have been a lockup.
That should do it, honestly. Yes, they has been struggling a bit for fuel, which is evident since he's been leading most of the race. But it's just how things are sometimes. Duhan with a lockup. Did he fall behind? Fell a bit behind there. It's just 5 laps left. I'm not gonna change things just to allow Duhan to catch up.
Was that a lockup on the track?
See what happened?
Take a closer look. Now we see the Williams here. Well, they've lost it. They've locked up.
Locked up, yeah. Luckily, no damage to his car, so I can be happy with that. But yeah, we, again, are doing very well. We're just going to speed things along here. We have a minute now down to third. Second time this season we've had, you know, a dominating performance as this, so... well, Science is kind of in limbo here. He's keeping the same distance, by the looks of things. So, we're getting ready for the final lap here. Once Piastri hits here, I think, we're going to allow him to push. We'll go balanced. Hopefully, that extra 0.3 lap will be enough to, you know, go balanced for one lap. And if it's not, I'm going to be sad. And we'll allow both of them to go for their push lap here.
You'll be opening your last lap.
And we'll be running it at 8 times, so that if the fuel delta gets very low, we can change it. Seems like fastest lap might have been ruined there by a back marker.
Checkered flag. Checkered flag.
We'll have to see the finish screen here. So yeah, 1 minute down to third and fourth Ferraris. They had a good race, all things considered. And yeah, pretty good. Piastri ended up with fastest lap, almost a second on Duvan. So can't imagine that underfloor is actually quite, you know, a big upgrade for us. But here's the thing, it's also almost 3 seconds faster than third's fastest lap. So we might have developed our car a bit too hard there, made it a bit too easy, but yeah, we'll finish the season and see how things go. Thank you for watching the race, I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you around next time.